Hello, please tell me your name, your age, your origins, and your zodiac.
Hi, my name is Afida Nuzula. Harus lengkap ya namanya. Hi, my name is Nur Afida Nuzula. I am from Malang. I am 25 years old and I am a Taurus.
Hey guys, my name is Aldo. I am currently 25 years old. I'm from Bekasi and I'm a Cancer.
Hey, I'm Ivan. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Bandung and I'm a Leo.
My name is Abigail. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Bandung and I'm a Taurus.
Hello, my name is Masegi P. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Bekasi and my zodiac sign is Virgo.
Tell us, what do you know about Schwartz value theory?
It is the scales premise. It has values, have an internal order and structure. Schwartz discovered using various statistical techniques that the 10 basic human values exhibit a pattern of relationships that can be graphed as a circle. And the Schwartz value theory consists of 9 factors, which are:
The first one is power. The power factors tell us more about the social status and prestige, control or dominance over people and resources. And the second one is achievement, which is tell us more about the personal success through demonstrating competence according to social standards.
Okay, so the next factor is tradition and conformity. So tradition is respect, commitment, and acceptance of the customs and ideas that traditional culture or religion provide, while conformity is restraint of actions, inclinations, and impulses likely to upset or harm others and violate social expectations or norms. Security is safety, harmony, and stability of society, of relationships, and oneself. Okay, the 6th criteria is universalism. It is about understanding, appreciation, tolerance, and protection for the welfare of all people and for nature. And the next one is benevolence. It means that preservation and enhancement of the welfare of people with whom one is in frequent personal contact.
Hedonism values derive from organismic needs and the pleasure associated with satisfying them and with the goal, pleasure, or sensuous gratification for oneself.
Okay, for the next criterion is stimulation. For stimulation, it means that you are very excited. It's the excitement, the novelty, and the challenge in life. So you like to have some excitement in your life. And also for self-direction is you are a very independent person. You have independent thoughts and action, and you like to choose, create, and explore things. Now in this chart, if you have the values that are next to each other, it means they're closely related. But if the values are across from each other, and they are tend to oppose one another. So usually, if you get a high score in one criterion, you would get a relatively high score to the next criterion next to it, but for the one that opposite to it, you will get a low score for that criterion.
Nice. How do moral foundations and values based on Schwartz inform you about your own ethical decision making, especially in the business context?
Okay, from the Schwartz analysis, I got that my openness to change is higher rather than conservation values. It means that I in business making, especially to decide something, I will more consider about the action of the feeling and readiness to change rather than preservation of the past and then resistance to the change. It is in accordance with the theory of Schwartz, which openness to change is the opposite of the conservation. So here I will make my decision based on the
goals. For example, if I want to achieve the equality, so I will consider about the factor that support itself.
The results for me personally is that I have two criterions that are my highest scores. They are conformity or tradition, also benevolence. So in a business context, I like to follow the rules, you can say. I like to have a standard operating procedure that is clear. And on the other hand, because conformity, on the opposite of that is stimulation, right? So stimulation people, they are liking some adventure or something stimulating, right? You can say in context of like investment, they are more risk taking, and for the conformity people, they are more risk averse. So I like it to be steady and stable, and the risk is controlled. Now the second one is benevolence. So in benevolence, basically I don't like to control people, tell them what to do. So I'm more too open to collaboration, can accommodate people more. And on the other hand, I have a low score at power, which is like to be more autocratic and control everything, right? And for the benevolence and conformity also, they are next to each other. So my score is quite aligned with the theory that benevolent people and conformity people are usually alike. Yeah.
So my results from the test is my higher score is conformity. Based on that, it shows me that I'm a type of person that rather not to do things I would like to do rather than upsetting or hurting other people. I tend to follow the rules, trying to fulfill people's expectations, even though it's kind of a burden to me. I have never had a work experience before, but I think in a business context, if I were given an assignment more than my colleagues does, I would likely not to confront and just take the responsibility, even though it's kind of unfair. But it's not like I don't confront people and just say yes to everyone and everything. Of course, I will refuse it if it can harm me or do me injustice. And my lowest score from the test is hedonism. The meaning of hedonism is pleasure or sensual satisfaction for oneself. So I do not tend to pleasure myself by buying things or searching things that would satisfy me. But it's not like I don't really do that. It's just not my main source of happiness. It's like when you have a trip with your loved ones, it's not about the where or what, it's about who you are with. So my take on this Ward's value survey is kind of giving me a picture on what is my tendency, how I will react on certain things, but it's not 100% accurate. It is just one of the tools that you can use to assess your value. And of course, people can change. So over time, the result can be different.
Well, actually, based on my results on this short test, my highest score is on achievement and benevolence, which is it's actually good for me because it's kind of depicting me as a person, you know, because I'm a type of person that always see the bigger picture of my ambition. I'm a ambitious people on some sort of things, especially on my goals. And about the benevolence one, I think I'm a bit of have a tendency to accommodate things to my colleague or to my group or my team, you know. In a business context, in the way I decide or in the way that I arrange my decision, I always see that on the bigger picture as my ambition, you know, based on my goals. So I decide things to achieve my goals or the end of my journey, the end of my goals. So yeah, I think Schwartz value theory really helped me see how myself in decide things or in deciding or solving problems or seeking for a solution. So it really helps me as a person or especially as a practitioner. So yeah, it's good.
It turns out that from the survey and the test results on your morals.org that I did, it can be seen that I'm a universalist, meaning that in a team, I'm a person who tends to maintain a balance in the team so that internal conflicts do not occur. And I think a universalist is very important because it will become a mediator and thinking objectively.
Wait for it. Here it comes.
Okay, so we already done the instruction, right?
Yeah.
Right now we're gonna have a bit of discussion about number one, which is
Okay.
the Schwartz value theory.
The
What do you think,
result.
guys?
Yeah, well, it's quite interesting that our group actually has different criteria, opposite actually, because
Yeah.
my highest is conformity and benevolence, and Abigail's highest is
Mine is hedonism and stimulation.
Oh, you're a hidden person, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You like to please yourself.
Yeah.
Actually, stimulation is my least, and also
Oh.
Ivan highest is
Power and benevolence.
Oh, but you, Aldo and Abby has the same things? Yeah, my highest is conformity, just like Aldo.
Oh wow.
Wow. So,
So it's pretty much opposite of each
Yeah,
other.
pretty much opposite.
But what do you guys think? Is it better if the inside the group it's have opposite criterion, or is it better if they have the same criterion?
I think for our syndicate, it's better to be have an opposite criteria because we can actually feel each other, right?
yeah, we
Like,
complete each other.
Yeah, we complete each other,
complete
like-
each other.
when we facing the problem or when we facing the case for so many cases for different subjects, right? We can
Yeah.
make things work.
Actually, if we have a discussion, usually we cover each other, right?
Yeah.
She has a skill on something and me on something.
Yeah, Aldo have
And we
a skill
Uh,
on finance.
Finance, right? Can have our own tasks, like it's
Yeah.
come naturally. Like, you do this, you do that.
And like in terms of the way of working, let's say if all the people are benevolent, caring to each other and like accommodating, it will be pretty hard because nobody's gonna take decision, right? If you think about it, because we need
True.
people with power that like to have a
Yeah,
decision
yeah.
and take decision, so the discussion or the work can be efficient.
Yeah. I used to know this when we complete our Schwartz value test.
Yeah.
Before that, I never figured these things. Like why we have if we have an opposite criteria, we have an opposite scores. I think it's just the same like the four of us. But it's different.
It is different.
It's different.
We are complete each other.
Wow.
So overall, this is giving us our tendency or about when we react to certain things, right?
Yeah.
And like when we understand about this concept, then we know that each other's criteria, like let's say Afida like stimulation, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we can understand that we gave her some more challenging
Tasks.
tasks that might need risk-taking,
Yeah.
Risk-taking, yeah.
something that's like extraordinary.
Yeah. Things that relate to the adrenaline power,
Oh.
Things,
Actually.
But like if everybody is like needs stimulation, risk taking, I think that's also not good because
Yeah.
then the failure possibility is quite
Possibility.
high.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Everybody wants stimulation, nobody wants steadiness.
True.
So
That's why we need to balance the group like that,
Yeah.
each other.
So I think Schwartz value theory is
How-
an important thing to figure it, to be figured. When you want to arrange a team or you want to arrange a group, you have to know the power of your groups or what is the core of your groups. So you can split your tasks evenly and you split your skills or capability based on each other's capability, individuals' capability.
Yeah. And in the end, it's just make us know each other more. Yeah. That's what.
Indeed.
Yeah. Thank you for the theory watch.
So very enlightening.
Yeah.
Don't need to thank you, Afida, but it's okay.
Yeah.
well, what do you think, Masegi? Do you have any opinion?
Yeah. What about Masegi?
Taking sports value survey, I've known that there are a lot of things related to my moral values I haven't known before yet, such as power, achievement, hedonism, self-direction, and many more. According to the result, I can comprehend myself deeper and can also decide how I should act in a team, what my working style is like, and can also minimize conflict within a team.
So what do you think about moral neglect, moral justification, and moral inaction?
Wow. Moral neglect. Moral neglect is when you know what is right, or when you know what is morally right, but you just chose to ignore. You just ignore it, and you choose to be immoral in some reason, because there are some manufacturers that affecting the way you do it, but you just do it, and it's wrong, but you just neglect it. I think that it is.
Okay, the next one is moral justification. It is something that the things or the act that still questionable, but people make it seems feels right. It is can lead the evil into good, like that, because we don't know that this action is actually right or wrong, but they make it seems right. For example, if we have a competitor and then we make an evil strategy to compete with them, and it is can be justified. It is can include as a moral justification, perhaps.
So you mean that moral justification is when somebody justified their action?
Yeah, we don't know it is right or wrong, but yeah, they just go
do
with
it.
right.
Okay.
For moral inaction, next one, it's like it's more to when you know something is ethical, when you know you should do something but you choose not to do anything. For example, if we find someone in need, the ethical thing to do is to help them, right? But we choose not to do it because of many reasons, like we don't have the time or we don't want to risk ourselves, because in helping others there's risk, right? People can see us as the one that get him in trouble or something. And also moral inaction is also can happen because we just don't care. Like if something happens unethically but it's not directly because of our own doing, even if it's related to us but it's not our own doing, sometimes we just inactive in our moral. Okay, next we're gonna discuss about some examples.
Wait.
And,
Ivan, what are you doing?
Bro, stop eating! It's unethical, bro.
It's an
we are taking
ethical.
an assignment video.
This is
Video.
for
our final assignment, bro. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm hungry.
Oh,
That's not an excuse. That is moral justification. You know?
it is moral justification, guys. Okay, Aldo, you can
Bad
continue.
example. Bad example. Okay, guys. Let's continue our discussion. So our next question is, what are your strategies to avoid moral neglect, moral justification, and moral inaction in your organization or business decision making?
Okay,
Who's
so
gonna go first?
who?
Ethically, ladies first. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You wanna go
From okay. So from my point of view, I think that a person should take their responsibility. It's like that they should be responsible for that for their actions. For example, if they say if they see something wrong, she or he has a right to correct it. But if they choose to doing nothing, it is also an option, right? But yeah, so I think better to consider about the moral and taking the responsibility. How about you?
Okay, so I think one thing that we can do to prevent those immoral action is we can promote moral exemplars to be a good role model. So we can be an example of a good attitude, of good response. So we promote it to people, and yeah, we create this kind of thing that people can what is it called?
It is like a role model.
Yeah. So if you put it simple, like be a role model. Okay. And then I think for an organization, don't set an overly ambitious goals, as it can motivate individuals to do whatever it takes to reach them. So for an organization, I think it can better to set goals that is can be achievable, like that. So not too ambitious, but just quite right, like that.
How about you guys?
That's for me.
What do you do?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we can do is giving a proper rewarding punishment, to ethical conduct, ethical doing. So when someone is found to do an ethical thing, we can reward them with appreciations, maybe verbal or non-verbal also. And there should be a punishment on unethical practice, even though maybe it's not law breaking, but if it's unethical, it's not aligned with the company's values, company's vision, mission, we can make them warning or some punishment if they do it like consequent, like more than once. What do you think, Ivan?
Well, I think what do you guys say that it's quite right. I do agree with all of all of your opinion, guys, but I think it's gonna go back to the root itself. The root itself is the human capital, right? Okay. You need to bring the awareness of the moral context at first. You need to bring the you conduct a training, or you set the moral context, be the part of your firm or the part of your organization. Then you can set a high expectation that your firm is gonna be ethical. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to the root first. Build the ethical environment, or you can conduct trainings, or you can set seminars for your
Workshop.
your firm's human capital or your colleagues.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So I think it can increase their self-awareness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Their self-awareness
yeah.
awareness towards morals.
So they're like conscious of their attitudes, of their feelings, so they can do their own introspections,
Yep,
right?
yep. Indeed,
Okay.
indeed.
I think there are a few things that I may want to consider to avoid moral failure, such as I have to have an individual sense of what it means to be moral. This cannot be emulated. I can learn from others if it makes sense, and then make sure my values are congruent with my behavior. As we grow, we may expand and deepen our value system. It is important to self-monitor to make sure our values are congruent with our behavior and thinking pattern, and don't step over other people's values. There's no moral compass in place if you are stepping on others people's boundaries. You have to make sure you don't self-betray, unless never sell your integrity for anything.
So, tell me more about the theories of ethics.
Okay, well, the theories of ethics, there are 4 main theories of ethics. The first one is the ontological ethics. The second one is consequentialist ethics. The third one is virtue ethics, and the fourth one and the last one is stakeholder theory or stakeholder ethics theory. So the first one, the ontological ethics. The ontological ethics is based on your moral duties or moral norms inherent in the action themselves. The ontological ethics is separated into 3 theory. The first one is divine command theory, just God-based commands or religion. And the second one is social contract theory, the national law, the norm, international law, the norm, the corporate law, organizational regulations, etc. And the third one is right-based ethics, the fundamental individual rights.
Okay, so the other type of ethics is consequentialist ethics. It is based on the consequences of the actions, weighing the advantageous versus the disadvantageous. So for the example is, people would think that lying is wrong. Most of people would think lie is wrong, but when you lie and it can save a person's life, for example, based on consequentialist ethics, it would be a right thing to do. So these ethics have 2 types. So first is utilitarianism. So it is based on the utility or functionality. So it is based on that person's functional position. And the other one is ethical egoism. It is based on a reasonable self-interest. So it is based on that person's needs.
Okay, the next ethic is virtue ethics. So it is different from the deontological ethic and consequentialist ethic. Virtue ethics more rely on the character of individual. So it is like an action is judged right if a morally virtuous person would do the same under similar circumstances. As such, it is character-based and focuses on the moral attribute of individual rather than duties or consequences. It is judged the morality of individual action and acts as a guiding framework for the behavior and characteristic a reasonable person should see. In a business, it is display virtuous behavior in workplace. So, for example, the employee should have personal morals as a guide for their manner or behavior. Sometimes, or to be exact, every HR people will recruit someone based on their ethic or the character value of the person, which it is sometimes also aligned with the company value. There are many attributes in virtue ethics, such as wisdom, for example, the creativity, and then the courage, such as bravery, also humanity. It's about kindness, also justice, temperance, and also transcendence.
So basically, in our ethical conduct, especially in business context, we have a lot of stakeholders that will be affected from our ethical conduct. Those stakeholders vary between our suppliers, our consumers, our stockholders, maybe our employees, and government, and environmentalists, and many more. There are people that are concerned on our conduct in business. Hence, we need to consider and we need to adhere to the ethical values that each stakeholders get in their own interest. That's why in our ethical strategy, we need to think perspective from all our stakeholders.
Alright guys, so we have reached number 3.
The last
We have discussed about what are the theories of ethics. There are 4. Like we said before. There are deontological ethics. What else?
deontological consequences,
Yeah.
virtue ethic, and the last one
stakeholders.
stakeholders theory.
Okay, so right now on number 3, asking about what way do or should theories of ethics inform you about solving ethical issues or dilemmas in your business decision making. Relate your answers whenever possible to legal aspects of business such as contract and sustainability related aspects.
Okay, so I think from the theories of the ethics, we can say with different things we can implement different kind of theories of ethics. You know, like I was what I said earlier about lying. About with deontological ethics. Usually people say it's wrong to lie, but if it can save people's life, for example, based on the consequentialism theory, it would become a right thing to do, like that. So I think that's what I got from the theory. So it's based on what is happening, what is the position right now. So it takes different kind of theories to do.
So you can adjust the theories
Yeah.
based on the situation.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like from the perspective of, let's just say from sustainability, right? Because in the stakeholder theory that doing our business, we have a lot of stakeholders at hands.
Yeah.
So maybe like environmental issues are not directly related to our business operation day to day. It doesn't really add profit or revenue, right? So maybe some business neglect its opinion on it or its obligation on it. But as the stakeholders said that we have environmentalists on our stakeholders, government, the planet, as also our stakeholders. That's why in making our CSR and making our sustainability program, it is also ethical to do it properly because it affects our stakeholders, our business stakeholders.
Yeah, speaking of which, I think when we speaking about stakeholders like suppliers, we're gonna make the, let's see, contract, right, with them, like
Yeah.
MOU or something like that, you know,
Agreement.
to bind our relationship with the stakeholders. I think that's gonna need some ethics too, gitu. It's gonna need the theories which you're gonna match with some theories like one of the four.
Yeah.
One of them stakeholders theories to arrange a contract with the stakeholders. Yeah. So it depends on your situation.
And also I think about the virtue ethic, it is more about personal because it is related with the character of the person. So it is like represent the company value.
What's exciting about the theories, earlier Abi said that if you have to lie to save someone's life, it's okay on a consequentialist ethics, but it's not okay if we talk about on the deontological ethics, or especially in the God's command. What is it? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's something like that. But yeah, we cannot
Justify.
Yeah, we cannot justify the theories by on everything, you know.
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna adjust it by our position.
True.
I mean, like in related to the business law also, or law that is abiding in our nation in Indonesia, maybe consequentialism. We can have reason to do something like to save someone, right? But in front of the law, it's still breaking the law, right?
Yeah.
Wrong statement. And so, yeah, there are a lot of aspects that we need to consider when we are talking about ethics and law.
But it's helping us. Yeah. The theories of ethics, it's helping us to separate which theories do we have to
Follow.
put in our situation, or in our to arrange our solutions towards something, you know. So yeah, it's helping us.
So we learned a lot, right, guys, about this theories of ethics. It makes us more self-aware, right, of what our response, how we react to certain things, and overall can make us be a better person, right?
Yeah. As a businessman, as businesswoman, or
As a practitioner.
right? Yeah.
True. Okay.
Alright.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Stay ethical.
Masegi.
Back to you,
Back to you.
Masegi.
Ethics provides a set of standards for behavior that help us decide how we ought to act in a range of situations. In a sense, we can say that ethics is all about making choices and about providing reason why we should make these choices. So I can say that those all ethical theories could help us to make a decision in business context.